started a video photo company called Excite Photography Cinema like 7 years ago. And when I started that, it was so cool to be hired to do something you love. And I think maybe that is still who I am, is just a man that does what he loves in all different facets, whether that's, doing a podcast with you guys, being out in the park, being with friends and family. Like, I don't want to say I'm my job because I'm so many other things.
Mm-hmm.
I do work that's video photo, I do podcasts, I do music, I like there's so many different things. I do a travel channel with my girlfriend. Like it's
Unboxable.
it's like I'm so multifaceted, and then like tomorrow I'm gonna have something else new that I'm gonna be doing. But I guess I like to say, like, when people ask like who are you and what you do, it's like it's my values. It's like I'm here to share. I'm here to like bring something out of people, like spark something within people. I think whether that's like bring out their potential, like help them believe in themselves, remind them of memories, or just help them through a hard time. I feel like that's who I am. I'm not a videographer, I'm not a photographer, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a human having this beautiful experience with the people I love, and just doing my best to learn, to grow, and create within that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's exciting. Like
Wow.
life is wonderful and beautiful, and I'm grateful to be here.
Was there something specific about capturing that allowed you to go on such a long journey in relationship with it?
What intrigues me about capturing things? I think, you have these tools like these cameras that we're filming this podcast with, and it's like, how cool is it to look back on yourself, even a day, like me and my girlfriend, we scroll through our iPhone all the time, and we're looking back at memories, and that the joy of just looking back on things and having symbols to commemorate special moments and special events that are meaningful to you is priceless. And I think, you know, we can get so caught up in, you can call it the rat race of making money and surviving and paying bills and mortgages, that we forget that like what we really live for is, moments in the park. Like what we can see all around us here is like playing in the park, being with family, sharing food. It's like, and if I can capture, like I captured 100 weddings throughout my career, it's like that is a symbol of family. That is a symbol of, people coming together, choosing to live together, choosing to love. And so I guess it's that
Yeah.
it's encapsulating that for people to be reminded of what's truly important.
I love it. Fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So what drives you then to keep going?
Well, just that it's the people that it's sharing those experiences and watching people grow, and watching people transform.
So
Friends,
so share
family,
some.
clients.
Let's hear a story.
Watch
Someone that transformed and grew.
someone that transformed and grew. Okay, I work with this artist, um, Allison Strong, and right now, like, she's always thought of doing music full time, and she has the talent to do it. But I think a lot of times it's like, we don't think we can do our passions and our art full time because
Yeah.
it's scary, because nothing's guaranteed. We get stuck into security. We get stuck into thinking, okay, well, I have a job, I'm secure, I'm safe. This venture of doing art, of music, whatever you're choosing, hers is music. It's scary. It's unknown.
There's no guide map or support of it either.
Yeah, there's yeah, it's just like you have to figure it out.
Yeah.
There's no one just being like, come do this, I'll tell you what to do, I'll give you a paycheck, right? Which is like, yeah, but anyway.
It's tough.
So I guess I find a lot of joy in Allison's case, is like, can I be someone who can help bring her to that state where she can now do it full time? Because I've done that myself, can I share, I guess, the steps, the mindset, and bring that to spark her to do it herself. I can't do it for her, but I can
Right.
be that kind of coach or mentor or just assistant ignition
Yeah.
to help her. And I feel like lots of different people are like that. It just like, even I'll meet people, strangers on the street, and it feels like, like I always encourage people to follow their hearts, to follow their dreams. If they're like, just do it, just try it. You should do that. You should quit your job. Like sometimes I'm a little radical. Even I know when I met my girlfriend Linda right now, like all I would do is be like, hey, you should follow this. Like you're good. Like you can do this full time. And often people will have resistance to those things, but I just want to encourage. I don't want to force. I want to encourage. I want to support. I want to foster
That's right.
people's innate gifts, because I think we all have innate gifts that we need to share with the world, but we need a community to support us and remind us that those gifts are worth sharing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
So fostering community, growing that. And that, I think you alluded to that before in like prior conversations of how you're growing, an online community of sorts. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, like I have a few different ideas and groups of people that I'm bringing together kind of on a weekly basis.
On a weekly basis?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like
Weekly.
Before you go into this, I want to just say quickly about Andrew that Andrew is the explosive igniter of community and passion, and he is like a wildfire. That's the explanation of Andrew. He's a wildfire. He comes through and he causes, let's say, I don't want to say destruction in that way of like a forest, like you cause commotion, and I think it creates growth in people.
It's like people have like a flame, and then you come through and you just add a little bit of gas to it.
Abso-friggin-lutely. And in terms of community, I've never met somebody who's been as action oriented towards community. Like there's lots of people who are community oriented, but I just recently heard in a podcast a CIA guy, he talked about 4 different types of people.
Oh man, I
know the
one.
You know the one. And the type of person that you are in the context of those 4 things is the action-oriented person. And you were the first person who I was like, oh, action.
Right. But isn't that the most important part? Because how often do we have ideas
to you?
Yeah, I get, yeah.
To you. Because there's organizers. I think you're an organizer.
Yeah?
I think so.
Okay.
Or relationship, I'm not sure. But like...
I'm not sure either, because I don't remember what you're talking about out of that podcast.
Okay.
Maybe it's because I didn't finish it yet.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm like,
but what I want to say is that like we all have different values that drive us. You, out of anybody I've ever met, maybe my brother, Graham, he's like that too. But you are a friggin' jump first. Like you want action. And yes, everybody might want that, but they don't crave it as much as you. That's what drives your everyday. And it's really beautiful to see, because like you were about to talk about, and I'll hand it over to you to talk about that now, is you through that action have created communities that we wouldn't be creating those communities without your action.
Yeah.
I want to hear about these communities.
Yeah, well, a couple of them, like one of them's called Expression Sessions, and this really started with a couple of my friends freestyling in cars. We loved playing music and freestyling. It's therapy. It's kind of teaching yourself to be less serious in the moment, express yourself, catalyze your voice. So often we overthink things, and I think freestyling is a great way to let things go, help yourself become more in the present. And realize that you are overanalyzing your whole life. And freestyling, when you're really good at freestyling, is you're not thinking about it.
Like Harry Mack status?
Yeah, Harry Mack status, exactly. So Expression Sessions is one of them. I have a community I'm growing right now called, Excite Film School. So it's gonna be a group of filmmakers and photographers, basically my younger self. So all these younger versions of me that are learning how to make a business out of videography and photography. I just want to be a coach.
When is that?
And a mentor. What's that?
When is that?
When is it?
When are you starting that? Is that started
It's going to be this summer.
It's going to be this
summer? It's going to like a YouTube channel with like behind the scenes videos of what
Please let me
everything I've
know.
created.
My brother is so interested in that stuff. Him and his fiance, actually, they're about to be married this year.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways,
Cool.
yeah, they're working on wedding, but they want to get in the wedding industry and they want to learn about it. So I mean, this is perfect. I'd love to get them linked up with you. And
I'd love to share.
Yeah.
Like I've seen a lot of things and learned a lot of things just through experience, and I just want to, have someone film me at a whole wedding and me explain the whole process, from like the philosophy to the mindset.
Yeah.
I'm not a technical
that's
person.
exactly how it works too.
Yeah, I'm not a technical person. I don't want to be like, this is how you need to do it. This is the gear you want. It's more like,
this is how you do it.
Yeah, like to me, it's a lot of it is just mindset and flow, and you learn so much from just going to weddings. But if you can have someone ahead showing you, like that's what I did when I first learned how to do videography. It was like I was watching the exact same type of videos.
Right.
So I just wanted to now share what I've learned from it because it's a unique flavor, it's a unique lens. So there's an expression sessions, there's the Excite Film School, there is another community that I'm growing. I want to
So
say
many.
everything I do is a community though. You know, like every project I'm doing is like, it's about bringing people together. And that's like, for me, that's just how my brain works. It's like, can I work with this person and then build a community around them, with them? Because it's like, we all are our own communities in a way.
Yeah.
So
community is a gathering of like-minded individuals who have a similar interest, right? That would be kind of a definition. So everybody, like you said, we're all individuals, our own person. That is, if we can portray that online, that is the singular niche that is the most niche down anyone could ever be, is to be themselves fully online.
Yeah,
And
Dan
then-
Coe talks about
then
that.
somehow
You guys
that-
know who that guy is.
Yeah.
Somehow that becomes community, I guess.
Yeah, and
How do you build a community around one person?
I think it's
That's not
around
so
your
hard.
values though, and like I said, like I have all these different communities that are all encompassing myself in a way, right? Because it's like, okay, I work with this guy that has PTSD, I work with these musicians, I work with real estate people, and it's like all of these can be communities. Maybe not all of them are as community oriented. I'm not meeting up with a bunch of real estate people. I could, not, you know what I'm saying though, right? Like, I think what we all crave is the social connection. And when's been the best moments in your life? At least, okay, I guess I can only speak for myself because everyone is different. But some of the best moments of my life are those times that I've gathered in this park and there's been 15 people hanging out, slacklining, playing spike ball, sharing food, singing songs. Like, to me, that is like heaven on earth. And I just want to create more of that through these different mediums, through these different channels, and online and in person. Mostly in person.
Yeah.
I really wanted like in person first. And yeah, there's going to be like an online aspect. I want the online to funnel into the in person always.
Yeah.
And I want to inspire other people to then do that because we all crave connection. And I think given the world that we're in right now with screens, the screen time that we're exposed to going up, we're realizing more and more that what we really want isn't the screen, but it's face-to-face connection. It's human touch. It's hugs. It's eye-to-eye contact. And even if we're resistant to it because we're so used to the screen, I think that's what we really want.
I think online is just a catalyst for community building because it's like the people who follow you and all connect to your message online, they're not formed into a community online. They're all individually enjoying your content. That doesn't make them a community because they're still individuals, not knowing that, oh, you also tune into this broadcast. So it's like it's up to you, the creator, to then try to link those people together who have similar energies. And that's what you're doing.
Oh, what happens is I'll notice, like I'll put a call out. Often I used to do this all these times, like anyone looking to do this. And then a couple people would message and I was like, the tribe was being connected. Or I would always just like, I'd be out in the park or be out, always walking around, always with my camera. And I can just intuit. It's like, this person wants to chat. And sure enough, they're somewhere in one of these groups. And okay, you want to come to this night? we have expression sessions this night, or we have, I have this Excite Film School thing that you should check out if you're interested. You come enter with me at a wedding. Or when I was running back at the office there, it's like, oh, come to our office and hang out and, be around other people that are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel so much joy in being that person that can help others achieve that.
That's awesome.
What's that?
It's fantastic, man. What a great
Yeah.
skill set. First of all, to cultivate and grow, because that's high level skill set. Yeah.
True.
So I applaud that, man. That's because personally, I don't know the first thing about building a community. Something that I've wanted to learn, and I know it's a skill that I should learn. It's just I don't even know where to start. Where would you say someone should start for that? Where should I start?
Well, mine are very simple. It's like you have a location that people can meet at, and if you live in a place that's not winter, you can meet outside. You can meet anywhere. You don't need your own place to do it. You can meet in the park. So you need a location, you need a way of communicating with the people, a group, and then often groups run themselves. Like at an expression session, I just bring everyone together. I'm literally drinking water. Everyone's talking and freestyling, and they create the structure. I'm not gonna go out there and sure I'll play some beats and stuff, but the group, I'm not here to manage the group. I'm here to facilitate the group, in a sense. I mean, there's certain times where you have to maybe, have boundaries and stuff like that. I try to keep an open mind and open heart to it, because it's like who's in the group, who's allowed in the group. There's things like that do have to be decided on. But it's having kind of a mission. What are we doing? Why are we getting together?
So what's the mission of expression sessions?
Kind of like what I said, the freestyles. It's for people to grow as
Right.
artists, to grow as people.
Mm-hmm. So how does that help someone grow? Just because they eliminate the filter that they have?
Yeah.
And it just comes out?
Absolutely, because they're getting together with people. I've had many people say I've never been in a space that's felt so welcoming and open, where I could just be myself. It's people who we met at a show and they came over to our house because we were having an expression session that night, and sure enough, they're there every weekend.
That's amazing.
And so it's very powerful. And
I didn't know you were talking about him. About expression sessions, because Saul told me a little bit about it. But
you have to come down, bro.
Idea. Oh, I don't know about that.
That's the thing. We try to challenge people, because it's like, well, why can't you freestyle?
I like to watch freestylers.
I understand.
And I appreciate the skill behind it.
Then you come and watch.
Yeah.
Because sometimes extra energy is just needed, and it's more about.
I'll bring energy.
Yeah.
As far as trying to bring rhymes, I don't know about that.
Well, you work your way into it, but for me, the expression sessions are sometimes just creatively filling up your tank. That's all it is, right? Whether you take part in it a whole bunch or a little bit, you tend to walk away feeling like, oh, I want to create something myself now. Because often it's, there's not space to take up all of the space the whole time. You can't freestyle constantly. You only get maybe 5 in a night or 10 in a night, right?
Okay.
There's a certain
Depending
amount.
on how many people are there and everything. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's
and how long you can last.
Yeah. and so you sometimes walk away feeling like, oh, I need to let more out. So you feel creatively driven the next day.
I see.
So it fills the well.
Refilling the tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And being
I'm in. When's the next one?
Tonight.
6:30.
Yeah.
Shit.
Outdoors.
Okay, fine. I'll be there.
But I'll get you in the group.
And being exposed to other creative people, flowing in a flow state. To watch some of the people when they do it, you're just like,
What I do want to create more with the group now is it's like, okay, we've talked about this, is freestyle is just one form of expression. I want it to be food, community, playing in the park. We set up all these lawn games, the slack lines, the spike ball. So there's going to be different sects. There's going to be a group of people freestyling, a group of people playing with the sporting equipment, a group of people eating together, sharing. Maybe we'll have a podcast going on at the same time, because it's all forms of expression. So the more I think of it, and I've talked to some other people in the group about this, which helped me expand what I wanted it to be and what maybe others would enjoy as well is just like, it's just like a bunch of hippies in the park. Let's be honest. And I think the outdoor sessions are so much better just because there's something really great about being outdoors. I mean, we live in,
There's no container for the energy. It's just
yeah. And it's like no one has to clean up their house. We just all come here. We all bring something, whether that's food, whether that's, you know, some studio equipment, a guitar, whatever, if you're a musician, or if you just come to hang out. I wanted to get it away from it's just a freestyle or cypher group because I want it to be more than that. I want, you know, some communities I guess can be more niche and more like it's just this. But I really do like the idea of having more people because then we could all get exposed to different ideas. And then we're learning from different types of people. And I think if we get too hyper focused, like, oh, we're just hanging out with freestylers, we're really not we're not learning as much, you know?
And that's why it's called the expression session, not the freestyle session,
Yeah.
right? It's not a boxed in container, like you said. The actual word of it is not that.
6:30, huh? Where?
Not
Is
sure.
this something we can say on the camera?
I put to be determined, so.
To be determined.
Because
Okay.
I just wanted to see who's interested for tonight. It was kind of last minute, so.
Okay.
We'll see. I'm going to start filming. I want to create actually a YouTube channel of it
Should
and
be.
Oh
everything.
man.
Because I want to have like a vlog of
Another
it each
channel.
time. Yeah. There's got a lot of channels going on here, man. But the thing is,
See,
like,
I did that, but I'm just doing everything on one channel now.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Can you,
was
can
thinking
you
of
explain
that.
why different channels?
I think maybe
love to
have
hear.
one. Maybe have one that has. You know,
'Cause,
I've.
like, if you're the center
glad this
of
is
like
coming
the
up.
umbrella, why not just have that as like a segment on your channel?
You
So
know,
like, you know, if you're tuned into channel 3, you got all these different shows on it.
mhm.
You know?
Yeah, I thought of the same thing, and I've actually been in a weird stuck creative place because it feels like a lot to do when you have all these different YouTube channels and all these different, you know, pages. It seems like you're being split across
Yeah.
all these different things,
Spread thin.
and I've talked to a few people about this, and some people say no, put it all on separate things because some people might only be interested in that, and they want to, when they go to that page, they want to see only expression sessions and all the
Yeah,
videos of expression
I get
sessions.
that, but like when I go to someone's page that I like and I go through whether it's TikTok or YouTube or whatever, and I'm searching for that, I begin to recognize what thumbnail goes with that, and I can pick through and find it. So
That is
like they
smart.
post other
That's true.
things, and I just skip the other things and watch what I
It's
want.
true. If you get enough value from somebody from a certain style of content, you'll always come back for it. You'll always find it. Like
Yeah.
nothing will stop you from finding it.
When it's
That's
easier
just how
too
I
because
operate on YouTube. So I assume other people are.
yeah, no, I've been stuck between both because people give other advice, right? And I know other people are like, you know, like if you want to capitalize on your business, like if you want to capitalize on weddings, like all your page should be weddings.
But like,
And
what
because
about
then
Mr.
people
Beast?
know you do weddings.
Look at Mr. Beast's page. It's a smorgasbord of tons of stuff. It's just
Yeah.
the only
I feel
common
that,
denominator
brother.
is he goes to the next level with everything.
And I did just watch a YouTube video. I didn't finish it. I should send it to you. It's from an ex-YouTube employee. And the beginning of the video, he talked about two different types of hosts, talk show hosts. He used James Corden, that one guy,
Yeah.
as one example.
British type guy.
And then he used like one of the older ones as another example, where the older guy, he just did the traditional talk show thing. Had a guest on, sat at the desk, had a musical act, like the format. Whereas James Corden was like car karaoke, blah blah. Like James Corden had like 10 different formats under his channel, and he's built his YouTube channel to the biggest talk show host, and I'm pretty sure he's quitting talk show to move to YouTube.
Oh, he looked at YouTube, saw how it was working, applied it to his TV show, in knowing that it would live on YouTube.
I'm pretty sure
as
that's
well.
what's going down. But like the point being that like all these formats benefited him because now there's 10 different shows. There's variety for all these different types of people.
And look at Kevin Hart's channel. Have you seen his?
I'm not.
He's got
Same idea.
Cold as Balls, and then he's got
Right.
different show, different show,
just
different
Kevin
show,
Hart.
different show.
See, that's
You
I
know?
say all this. I still want to start 5 channels.
Well, I think
That's my issue.
you could have one that's everything, and then you can have a multiple, and then if one kind of pops off or whatever.
What's the right answer though?
Well,
Just
there
no
isn't a
right-
right
yeah.
answer.
There isn't,
You do
okay.
what you feel is right. You're the creative, right?
Yeah.
I feel what resonates
There
for
we go.
me right
Do what feels
now
right.
is that it feels very natural to have everything all together as like this is because when you meet people and your online presence is like they're following in a sense you because you're meeting them in the real world often, not always, and then eventually once you start growing, then people will find you just from online. But why wouldn't you want them to see all these different flavors of you?
Yeah.
It's not like it's like if they're not interested in that part, they're just not going to watch it. Are they going to
Yeah.
unfollow you?
And
Probably not.
No.
do you want to grow a base of followers that is only interested in this version of yourself, or do you want them interested in you?
That's what I felt many times with the social media because I used to I used to have the video business, and then I was like, I was like, can I post my freestyles on here? Because I'm not very good, but I was like, I want to share that, and that's me. But it felt so, there was so much resistance. So I felt I had to compartmentalize myself into all these different things. But when I started being like, I want to have a page where everything goes.
Yeah.
And to me, that felt more like
Exactly.
freedom.
And if we take a second and not think about who we are and where we are and what earns our money now, and we think about the long term and who we are projecting and becoming, it's like that person has one YouTube channel with all the facets, and everybody's down for that.
Yeah.
We're all down for Andrew and all the facets of Andrew.
Yeah, I feel that. It's like a personal brand. You are the niche, you are the personal brand.
Mm-hmm.
This is who I am. I'm a unique being doing all these different things. You will resonate with 1 to 2 to 3, maybe all of them.
Yeah.
But this is who I am. And I don't need to compartmentalize that. I could still do that. I can have all these separate channels to maybe help with the outreach.
Yeah.
And then have that all funnel into that one account of you. That's an option. It's kind of kind of mixing both worlds.
Sure.
And hopefully you can just automate that so you're not spending all this time.
Automate. That's right.
Because that's, but then
That's the main thing.
and then switching accounts and answering messages. If it's all in one place, just the way these platforms are, it's just like simplicity. But like having all these things is overwhelming
Yeah.
for me. And it's kind of scary.
And then
Yeah.
and then also the whole game is quantity right now. It's like you want to get out. If you can do 3 to 5 YouTube videos a week, you're gonna grow faster than if you do one.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And if
So-
you have 5 channels doing 1 or 1 channel doing 5.
Yeah. So it goes back to that too.
It captures different audiences, and then they come to your page and they see, oh, this guy also does this. Maybe they do like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
You didn't
opens
give them a
that doors.
chance to
Yeah,
like that if
exactly.
you
Give
didn't
them a
put it there.
chance.
Yeah, we're
There
just
you go.
we're sitting here being like, oh, they're not
They're
gonna like
not.
this. Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
projecting something onto them when that.
Yeah, but
may
they
not be
or
there.
maybe they're not interested, but they know someone who is.
Yeah, they're like, look at this guy. He does this and this and this.
That's cool. That's a really cool thought.
Yeah. That's why. Yeah, I'm definitely doing only 1 channel personally.
Okay, I'm switching.
Yeah.
All
yeah,
in.
bro. I've been literally in this mindset for a while, and other people have been telling me like, no, don't do that, and I'm just like, this feels right. It feels right to just be like, this is like all the things that I do, that I care about, that I value.
It's your world.
Yeah.
You make the rules, man.
That makes a lot of sense.
Boom.
Let's switch it up.
That's it, eh? Oh,
Should we run?
that was a good natural ending,
the
actually.
cameras?
Yeah.
That was a great